Herbivory and Pest Control by Callum MacDonald, Biology 2220, General Ecology, taught by Dr. Marina Silva Ops, from the University of Prince Edward Island. Definitions. Herbivory, the state or condition of feeding on plants. This can also mean the treatment and care of plants, from the Oxford Dictionary. Pest control, the regulation or management of a certain species in the animal kingdom categorized as a pest and/or nuisance to a certain area of interest. The relationship between most agricultural pests and their hosts are parasitic. Here are the main types of pest control. First, we have biological, then natural or non-chemical, mechanical, and finally chemical. The biological approach. Importation. This type of pest control involves someone importing a pest's natural predator in order to decrease the pest populations in hopes of terminating them. This method involves a human management, and the quantity of predators imported depends on the severity of the infestation of pests. Non-chemical. Crop rotation. Rotating the crops every year by either changing the grown crop or rotating various crops, switching their locations. This prevents pests that settle in the soil with a specific crop to be terminated and will be unable to survive. Cover crops. Planting between a crop to suppress weeds or offer an environment that is not suitable for pests, other insects, or diseases. For example, planting clover between trees. Pest-resistant seeds are available through biotechnology products, also known as genetically modified organisms. Mechanical. This may include using methods such as screens or barriers to barricade your crops, sticky boards, tilling or agitation of the soil, and field vacuums. Chemical. This includes the use of substances such as insecticides for target insects, herbicides for target weeds, and rodenticides for target rodents. There are natural compounds as well as synthetic ones for pest control. The farmer must choose which is appropriate for the type of pest as well as the severity of the infestation. When attempting to try and kill off a large quantity of species, there are bound to be risks for the ecosystem around them. The two pest control methods that are most harmful to the natural ecosystem are biological approach as well as the chemical approach. Dangers of biological control or importation. The main concern with biological control is the spread of biological agent outside the crop's range. Because the current climate change, a species range may be affected by temperature, making a potential spread and its direction unpredictable and exponential. Direct attack on non-target species, including other crops. Change relationships between control agent and named species, mainly caused by global climate change and disruption to a specimen's range and/or niche. Dangers of farm water runoff. Pesticides are partially washed off of plants when it rains and/or storms. The water that runs off these plants is now compromised with toxins as it flows into the storm drains, ditches, and wells. Once the water has reached this point, it goes directly into our oceans, rivers, creeks, and ponds. Wastewater treatment plants do not detoxify pesticides, says the Agricultural and Natural Resources University of California. This means that the water that goes into your rivers are filtered, but not against the harmful residue contained in many pesticides. This can put the specimens in those compromised rivers and bodies of water in grave danger of pesticide poisoning. Agriculture is the nation's leading cause of impaired water quality, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Not scary enough, pesticides have been implicated in human studies of leukemia, lymphoma, and cancers of the brain, breast, prostate, testes, and ovaries. Reproductive harm from pesticides include birth defects, stillbirth, spontaneous abortion, sterility, and infertility. Is there a natural solution? Thankfully, yes, by planting trees around and or downhill from areas from crops with pesticide. The root structure of trees allows them to absorb water and compounds deep within the soil. Because the trees absorb so much water, it becomes much harder for the toxins to quote unquote run off if there is none. Plus, many plants in the ground level are able to safely absorb any free radicals or compounds, including these toxins. There are also natural alternatives and pesticides out there that can easily replace dangerous toxins, not to mention the other methods of pest control. How to prevent pesticide poisoning. There are multiple ways to avoid pesticide poisoning, as the symptoms of pesticide poisoning mimics those of a common cold or flu, hence why it is so frequently misdiagnosed, which is another reason you do not wish to have it. Inhalation may occur when working near powders, airborne droplets, or vapors. The hazard from low pressure applications is fairly low because most of the droplets are too large to remain in the air, meaning that it's highly unlikely you will get sick from inhalation unless you are the person administering the toxins. One habit you should incorporate into your everyday eating routine is to remember to always wash your fresh or grown produce before eating or cooking them. This will wash any remaining traces of pesticides off the produce. Here are some natural bug-busting pesticides. These include salt spray, mineral oil, citrus oil and cayenne pepper, soap, orange citrus oil and water, eucalyptus oil, onion, garlic spray, and chrysanthemum flower tea. Here are my references, and thank you so much for watching!